Hey guys, Dan here from CS Tactical and CS Optics. Just going over a couple rifle setups and some different options for the NRL Hunter series. Just getting back from the NRL Hunter finale. I think they called it the Grand Slam. And we're just gonna do a couple different videos. The first one's just gonna be rifle setup and just kind of what all entails and goes into that. And then the second video will cover just the gear list and kind of what I use for the finale. I shot it as a team match and it was super fun. For the teams, they limit you to a 16-pound weight class, so it's like heavy open. So I, went to my full-size chassis. So this is the XLR MV Pro with a new C6 buttstock. And honestly, this is probably one of my favorite rifle setups. Full-size chassis, no weight kit, and titanium action, carbon fiber barrel, so it's in that mid-weight range, and mine actually comes under 16 pounds. It was just under 15 and a half, even with the triple pull. But yeah, I'll just talk about my rifle setup, and then talk about my open light setup, and kind of go from there. We'll just talk about the different divisions. There's the light open, which is 12 pounds max, heavy open 16 pounds max, factory, which is 12-pound max, teams 16-pound max, and then they have the skills division. There's no limits for the skills division, but you don't compete for anything. It's just a chance to take whatever you have, get out and shoot it. Super fun. And then there's also a power factor. So it's basically bullet weight times speed, and it's 380,000 is the minimum, and you want to be at that or above. Basically, if you tie, they go with whoever has the higher power factor as well. So just some examples: 6.5 Creed with a 135 grain bullet going 2850 comes out to about 384, and a 6.5 PRC with a 156 grain bullet going around 2900 comes out to 452. So you see how the heavier bullets, you get a little bit more power factor with it. So there is something that you can play around with, but it's super doable and easy to make. The setup that I used for the match, and you can still see I still have the zip ties on it. XLR NV Pro chassis, C6 buttstock. It's the full chassis, but with no weight kit. I used a Lone Peak Fusion titanium action. I could have even gotten away with the stainless action, but it's just nice to have a little bit of fudge factor. And then carbon fiber barrel in 6.5 PRC. My partner, I normally run 6.5 Creed for these matches, but he wanted to run 6.5 PRC, so that's what we went with. Rubicon precision chambered it, and then running the new MDT muzzle brake, which is probably my favorite muzzle brake so far. Running the Loophole Mark 5 to 25 PR2. It comes in right at 30 ounces, so you're able to make weight, and you basically get a full feature scope at a lightweight package, and it's by far the best overall scope package that people are running for these matches. Running in a Hawkins mount, and I'm using a flatline ops bubble level as well. Bix Nandy trigger, and on this other side you can't see it, but I have a timer timer mount on the rifle. I run this on all my PRS and NRL type rifles, but I'm thinking about kind of changing that up maybe for the match, just because it's on the rifle and I'd rather have something dedicated on myself when I'm spotting, just to know where we're at time wise. For the teams, you have 6 minutes total from the start. Individuals, you have 4 minutes. And I ran a triple pull for most of the match, and it just worked out great. Yeah, I mean, I love this setup. Like I said, it comes in right under 15.5 pounds, so I had some weight movement there. Going to my Hunter light open setup that I ran this year. It's similar to this, but I did have a carbon fiber barrel on it. Right now I have my 16-inch 6 Creed barrel with a suppressor. One thing is, a lot of guys are running suppressors for these matches. It's nice because, especially as a team, you can communicate a little bit better because you don't have to wear ear pro or as much ear pro. but you do have a little bit more muzzle rise, and you do come off target a little bit more with the suppressor. So that is something to think about. Also, it's going to be a little bit heavier, but a lot of guys are running suppressors. I didn't. Anyways, my Hunter open light setup, which is also my normal hunting rifle, 6.5 Creed barrel, carbon fiber barrel, Lone Peak titanium fusion action, XLR element magnesium chassis. My normal match setup, I don't have a folder on it, but you can still run it with a folder. And then if you can make weight, triple pull's great. If not, the MDT lightweight double pull is probably one of the best all-around setups, and that's what I'm actually going to be running hunting this year as well, when I've been running hunting. For this setup, I have been running my 5 to 25 loophole, but if you wanted something a little more compact or you're saving a little bit of weight, you can run the 3.6 to 18, and it's still a really, really good option. And the PR2 reticle should be coming out sometime next year in it, so yeah, I mean, there's no disadvantage, and this is the scope that I mostly use for hunting as well. So yeah, that's basically my NRL hunter setup and my hunting setup. These little you can also consider them hybrid rifles, where you're running a full size chassis with a lighter weight internal, so the lighter action, lighter barrel. It's probably my favorite setup now because, you know, it's not the super heavyweight, you know, rifle that you have to lug around, but you still will get really good performance. And on the flip side, you could also run, you know, a heavier setup, you know, even a steel barrel, normal action, in these lighter chassis, and you kind of get the same effect. So I'm really liking these hybrid type rifle setups, to where you're not running a 20-pound plus rifle, but you're also not in the super light category, so they're fun to shoot. And that's about it. Yeah, for more questions or any of these products, just contact us at cstactical.com. Thanks.